Hey, what's up, y'all? And this is a light bulb moment.
I'm Asania.
And I'm Deshaun.
And it's a motivational podcast.
Is it?
It is.
Oh, awesomeness. I love motivational podcasts.
Stay tuned.
Y'all check it out. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is the Light Bulb Moment podcast, and I am Deshaun.
And I am... you motherfucker.
That's my signature.
No, you will never cut it off and extend it with the end.
I mean, it's different every time. That's a part of the signature. Kind of like how Simpsons come on. When it comes on, it has a different couch scene every time. See? I think that's cool.
You know what? It is cool, and I'm not going to rain on your parade like I used to do and talk shit and give it back in. That's pretty awesome.
If you want to, feel free. It's fine.
Then that's no longer in the moment. And I'm Asania.
Awesomeness, Asania. And we got Lexi in the house, too.
What it do?
I could have sworn last week you got my ass for making these complicated ass beginners. Yeah, I'm gonna recall. I'm gonna go back and play the episode for that ass.
I don't think I was bothering you about it. I think I have to go back and listen. I can't.
Every time we start that, it just can't start simple.
This is simple. This isn't simple.
It could all
I can't win, can I?
No one's competing, so no one's competing. There's no need to win or lose.
Your beard is
That's how you play the game.
Oh yeah, I had trimmed it. It's time to trim it again though.
You're trying to let it grow in?
I'm not really trying to do anything. I went and got a haircut last Friday for like the first time in a while. And he just did.
I see you. You know when the do-rag to make the waves spin?
Mm-hmm.
I can tell.
Yeah, I be seeing the 360 wave videos.
Still spinning.
Yep.
The wave checks on HBCU. Shout out to everybody with the wave check. Rocking that shit since 2001.
My brother had waves since like he was born.
Facts.
So I was always like, I want waves.
Use the pink oil moisturizer.
I use 360 waves.
Oh, that's the name of the product?
Mm-hmm. But it's a whole bunch of it. It's called Palm.
I haven't had waves in 13 years.
Oh, well, yeah, because you've had locks.
Yep.
But, yeah. Shout out to all the wavers in the house. Well, listening. You know, that's a discipline. You got to brush your hair and stuff, and some of y'all waves are incredible.
Yeah, so white people be fucked up because they don't realize what it takes to maintain black hair.
Right.
And what kind of work we put in.
Yeah, they don't.
When they find out, they really being off.
There was a video, and like they've since gone on like, you know, Ellen and Steve Harvey and all different types of talk shows, but basically this white woman adopted a black girl and didn't know what to do with her hair. She put it up on Facebook. Long story short, got connected to this lady who literally came over and just showed her a couple of styles, and now it's a thing. Like now it's like a black mothers connect, or not even just black mothers, but
mothers connect,
mothers of different ethnicities. right, so that they can not only be in their village, they're not getting deprived from who they are.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That becomes a cultural person to kind of help you connect to.
And it opens the eyes of, you know, the women that, you know, because I don't know about you, but I see way more white women adopting children of different ethnicities.
Shit, adopting, even just having children, biracial children.
Yeah.
You did? I had to give this white lady the gold star for doing a good job with her son's locks, and she was like, I'll be honest with you, it was tough in the beginning.
It was a journey, but we got there.
The women in the village showed me, just like you just said, like they gave me a few, and they got him started because he saw somebody and he wanted him, so.
Shout out to Angelina Jolie.
A whole midlife crisis. Like,
gold stars,
I thought my whole life I didn't know what I was gonna do.
She said a whole new world. Like, bought it into her house.
Right. That's what's up.
Responsible white people. That's what I call
them.
Responsible white person and making sure that this child's hair looks fine.
I mean, yeah. Ooh, that's a whole podcast about black hair.
Legit.
Like by
bookmark
itself.
that, please.
Okay. Jesus
oh
Christ.
Man.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yo, today we're gonna start. Today we're doing the second part.
It's part two.
Part two of the universal laws, the 12 universal laws,
and it's the law of attraction. Is the today's topic. Before we go into that, we have a light bulb moment.
Okay, go ahead.
We want to discuss the question that we presented to you and present to other people, the difference between, intellect, genius. Ooh, I got gas. Excuse me. It don't smell though, because I ain't ate nothing.
It's fine.
Okay. Intellect, genius, smart. Being smart, and what was the other one? Well, I mean, we all know.
Yeah, just different levels
common
of
sense is
being smart.
Different, right?
Right. Yeah, the difference between intellect.
What is being smart the sum of everything? Well,
I don't think you have to be a genius to be smart. You I think genius is like what she was saying earlier, what Lexi was saying earlier, when you master something. I think that's when you become like a genius.
Well, what about little people who, I just thought about that. What about little people who come up and they haven't mastered anything, but for some reason they just have it, like they just click, it comes to them.
That's maybe intellect or smart.
Yeah.
To me.
That's where we get into smart. Like you can, like being book smart or being,
like you can retain information or something.
But
like
not even just retain information.
Yeah,
being a
like
scholar,
that, right?
yeah.
But not even just that, like a child who has never, and he just gravitates to something, never touch it, and just goes
like natural
ham,
talent?
or just natural.
Like a natural, yeah.
Like, so that's just natural talent? That's what you call that? It's not like, because that's like
I think someone
what
has
is a savant?
A savant is like, that's more mastery. You talking more mastery now.
I feel like someone has to become a genius. Even if they become it at 10 years old, something has to happen. Because they have people like that who graduate, super early, or they kid who already knows how to do stocks.
So you
shit.
think genius is attainable versus genius is something natural and being... Because see, this is how I see it.
Okay.
I feel like genius, there are only a handful of geniuses. Okay. Genius is something that comes through. Like her son is evidence the genius. It's something, whatever he absorbed. And then intellect is something that you can attain. I mean, it's just well-rounded. Like you said, they
being
mastered
good at math and science.
They mastered it. And then being smart is somebody who can retain information and regurgitate it. Like you smart, like you're able to consume
I can teach you something once or twice and you can get it.
You can consume it.
You're good at learning, basically.
But then you become intellectual when you can, that information that you consume.
When you become wise,
you can implement it.
Right.
Not even just being wise, but you can...
rounded, I guess.
No, you can implement it to whatever you do.
Right.
Or whatever's going on, you can add, you can...
Right, I agree.
Use it. Mm-hmm. But genius is like... Everybody ain't genius and everybody...
Oh, of course not. No.
Therefore,
And I think people are genius in certain areas. I don't think one... If you're a genius in everything, you know everything. I think people have their geniuses. They say everybody can be a genius at something.
I gotta find access Google bitch. When
like they said Einstein was a genius, but at the same time he was
Google
like
bitch.
What is a savant?
He was like mentally retarded or something. What was Einstein? They say he was a special kid, but he was also a genius.
Autistic.
He was autistic, exactly.
Don't say the R word.
I know. Even he was autistic.
Okay, so learned person.
I have an autistic.
A savant is that don't even make sense. Google bitch.
What does it say?
You don't know what that bitch said?
Alright.
A learned person.
Okay.
A learned person, especially a distinguished scientist.
I mean, when you start to get into labels of this and that and this and that.
Yeah, right? Why would you? Because
labels.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
should we just get rid of labels?
I mean, when it comes to it's just so many of them. Like, nigga, you smart.
Yeah, that sounded real vague.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, if you smart, you smart.
You smart.
Nigga, if you hood smart. Nigga, if you smart.
Mm-hmm. Like, they would say some people are musical geniuses. Or lyrical geniuses. Or mathematic geniuses.
Nigga do the air quotation.
Right.
And ain't nobody around to see this shit.
Genius.
Or a genius with...
I want y'all to know it's an air quotation
geniuses.
behind every genius. Geniuses.
Yeah. So that's how I feel. And I think also to be a genius, you have to be kind of... Because there's certain things that you're naturally good at, and somebody has to kind of morph you, or like what is it called?
Morph you?
Not morph
like,
you,
like
but
the
like
Power Rangers, you get armor and shit.
they have to like kind of mold you into being, you know, even greater. Like almost like a singer. Like a person can sing real good.
Mold you is
And
actually
a voice
the
can
correct
do a
word.
whole bunch of stuff. But then it's like someone has to come along and kind of guide them to become, because they saw something in them. It's like, you know what? I'm going to take that voice and I'm going to take it to the moon. Next thing you know, by the time the person's like 15, the voice is like crazy. So it's something like that. As well as with football and track and, you know, all type of little talents and stuff.
So yeah, let us know in the comments. DM us on Instagram.
Right.
Do you feel like there are levels to intellect, and what do you define in the levels of intellect?
What you think a genius is, son?
What you think?
Right. That was
Also,
Yeah,
this Friday, actually tomorrow, Friday the 13th, also the harvest moon, which isn't going to happen again until we're like really, really, really old, if we're here at all. Because I think the next one is like 2056 or some crazy Joe.
Oh, that's not too long from now.
Yeah, it's a long time. Also, we're in the series of palindrome days from the 9th to the 19th.
What does this mean?
Is this like a segment? Is this like the astrological, spiritual segment of the show?
Yeah, this is the catch up where we talk about what's happening in like the universe.
I love it.
Palindrome days from the it started on the 9th. So if you write the date of every date between the 9th of this month and the 19th of this month, all of them are the same forward and backwards. Like the date numbers are the same forward and backwards. This is a rare and magical or mystical opportunity.
Oh, that's so cool.
To close and reset major life chapters. I will put in the Instagram for Lightbulb Moment what each day of the palindrome schedule. But today is what? The 12th? So 9/12/19. Trust your inner knowing, be patient, and allow everything to unfold naturally. And tomorrow, which is Friday the 13th, is a lucky day. You will be optimistic, blessed, empowered, and able to manifest abundance. So definitely do so with the full moon being here, with the changing of the seasons being here, and it being Friday the 13th. It's kind of the perfect time to really dig down and ask the universe what you want out of this new chapter. Don't wait till the new year.
Right.
Ask now. Ask today.
Now is the time.
Now.
So we should take advantage of this
Do it now.
opportunity
Do it now.
to manifest some real good
She
stuff.
pulled that.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm always down to take advantage of a good opportunity to manifest some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Take the time, man. You have to.
okay.
But yes, laws of attraction part 2. Today is law of action and law of correspondence.
Yes, law of action and law of correspondence.
Because you can't just be manifesting stuff or praying for stuff and just think that that's enough.
And go
you
sit
gotta
down.
do something.
I know, right?
Yeah, and go sit down.
Like, I ain't did that.
That sounds like it. I don't even know how to come at that. That was hard, man.
That was...
Law of action.
Oh my God.
What is law of action? I don't even know.
Well, law of action, it just means that they say it's like the forgotten law, because a lot of people do, you know, they meditate and they manifest and they're doing their affirmations and they got vision boards and they got all this stuff. You know, we go to vision board parties, but they forget to actually take the step of being active and being proactive and, you know, doing the work. And it doesn't necessarily mean you have to do like a whole lot of work, but you have to do something. My mom used to always say, take one step and God to take two.
Amen.
So I think
That was a very powerful thing. But you said something about vision board.
well, I would just, you know how people have vision
They have
boards.
them.
Yes.
Yeah, vision board parties.
Yes.
Where you been at? I thought
Light
you
bulb,
stupid.
yeah, I mean that's cool. Light bulb moment of the day, nigga. I mean second one of the day, vision board. So like,
See,
niggas get
honestly,
together-
be acting like they don't know what be going
Niggas
on.
get together and just write on
Yes.
vision boards.
Wait till the first of the year come.
I have a box of clippings, literally. Like a box of clippings. where-
Gatherings of the people with vision boards.
Yeah.
Yeah, we about to throw a vision board party.
Going down.
Right.
I'm here for it. They're fun too. It's a lot of good energy. You start planning.
Yeah.
It's really good. It is. You would like it. you cut out pictures and you paste it on like a poster board.
So then you make like a collage of things.
Pretty much.
Also.
Yeah.
Correct. I'll show you mine. I have so many.
Right.
Like downstairs on my wall.
Like January is like nothing but vision board parties.
Yeah, see, do that shit.
You ain't seen them
before the New
before.
Year.
I guarantee you. I'm pretty sure you have.
He has.
Okay.
If you just
the way you're looking at me, I'm just gonna say yes.
Yeah. Because you've seen it. Damn it.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God.
Yes, sir. Don't fuck
But
with
yeah,
me. That's
often
cool.
after we leave these vision board parties, though, we just kind of throw that vision board in the closet, put that thing under the bed, and keep it right on moving. Like anyway,
See, you're supposed to keep it somewhere where you see it every day.
Right.
To remind yourself what you're supposed to be doing. Taking little
It
steps.
ain't a vision board if
every
it ain't
day.
in your vision.
right.
Right. Exactly.
And they say the law of action also states that you're always taking an action towards something. So you have to
Like
make
when-
sure you're intent with your action, so you can be going towards that goal.
Or when you whatever you feel on the inside, you act that out on the
Yeah.
external.
That too.
So like
right.
when they say like when you're upset on the outside, I mean on the inside, and then you slam a door or you punch the wall or some stupid shit.
Because that energy gonna go somewhere.
Yeah, because you gotta release that. Say it again.
That energy gonna go somewhere.
Exactly. That's all you're doing is releasing that energy into the wrong space.
Right.
I'm trying to let it out. Yes, sir.
I could definitely use like I'm slick lazy, y'all. Like slick lazy. I
Nigga,
can
you
be
can't be
slick
lazy.
Yeah.
You either lazy or you're not lazy.
It's like, ooh, I can, like, I'm.
See, I don't choose. I don't like.
What do you define as lazy? Though?
Right.
I feel like I should do more. I always feel like I should just be doing so much more, and I just wish I was like way more proactive.
So
and
you need to work on like being efficient with your time management.
very much so, and execution and all of that stuff.
I feel like
And-
that's what most of us who feel like we're lazy or we don't get enough done or we're not as productive as we should be. It's just because we have poor time management skills.
But I used to have so much more energy. Like
Yeah.
10 years ago, I was like, and
But you was younger
I don't even.
and
I
you
don't
was
know.
you was working out and your body was producing certain shit and
I work out more now.
are you eating better or you eat the same?
I eat better. I think it's something going on in my head.
Yeah. You got more-
Are you giving yourself the benefit of the doubt or the credit for the things that you have done? Because that's my problem. I'm a procrastinator. Like I'm not lazy. I'm a procrastinator. I'm constantly getting shit done. But if I know that, damn, like I probably could have worked on this yesterday, or like, damn, like instead of watching that episode, I could have been doing this. Like I'm constantly thinking of the things that I could have been doing and not taking the time to stop and say, okay, but you did do all of these things. Like you did get things taken care of. So like, don't worry about it. I'm constantly panicking about wasting time. Being a procrastinator, I know that's ironic, but yeah, sometimes you gotta step back and be like, okay, well, I didn't do this, and I could make a sticky note, make a to-do list first thing before you go to bed. Make a to-do list. That's what's been helping me. Like if I think about something I could have been doing throughout my day, or I think about something that I could be working on, I write it down before I even go to bed. So when I wake up, I already have kind of a clear conscience of what my day should be like, and it helps.
Also,
my
the
productivity.
checklist kind of helps you. Well, I don't know if you read that particular book with me. When I was reading some of these self-improvement books, or right before we got started, but long story short, one of the things it said was writing down a list. So when you check the things off that you were doing, you can actually see it, and that helps you feel more accomplished. So if you did like maybe be about 5 or 6 things on your to-do list for the day, and make sure like some of them are in different categories. Like, okay, I need to work on the podcast today. Okay, I need to make sure I get this, and chores done. You got chores, podcast, money, reading, and then you check off all 4 of those things as you go throughout the day. And chores will have subcategories or whatever your chores need to be.
Right.
And then once you finish, look at it, and you can see what you've got done. But also put times by it too.
I have a great little Instagram pic I came upon, and it says, "Is writing down on paper a waste of time?" And it says, "Let's see what science says. After 2 weeks, you remember 10% of what you read, 20% of what you hear, 30% of what you see, 50% of what you hear and see, and then 70% of what you say and write, and 90% of what you practice by doing. So it really does help to be writing.
Yeah, writing things down helps.
So basically,
me.
writing, saying it, hearing it, seeing it, but more than writing it. You know, it's crazy. I've never been a fan of writing because my handwriting is so, and just my thought is just crazy. But that makes sense.
But you're literally emptying out. Well, personally, I'm a writer, so I feel like my brain is. If my brain is too full with too many thoughts,
Cluttered.
Yeah. It's literally like a filter from my brain to my fingertip. Like from my brain to the edge of the pen. Getting it all out. And I feel relieved. I feel so good. Like I told you, I was inspired. I just watched Look Mom I Can Fly, the Travis Scott documentary. And I was so inspired. Anytime I watch like documentaries or concert series or things that have to do with artistry and the behind the scenes stuff, I'm often really inspired. And the first thing I did was just start. My handwriting probably looks horrible, but I had so many thoughts that I had to get out, and I felt relieved. So much so to the point where I fell asleep with the pen in my hand.
Oh shit, you was writing right.
Oh yeah. And as far as that, like writing things down on mine's is a dry erase board. I have a dry erase board and everything's lined out, and I scratch things off, and at the end of the week I can look back and say, okay, I've done all this stuff, and I erase what I've already scratched off and rebuild it for the next week.
I had a dry eraser board, and
helps. It really does. It helps.
the only problem was the consistency, like having the consistency of putting the stuff on a dry erase board like I'm supposed to.
Because dry erase markers dry out too quick.
I like to write in a journal because I was watching a YouTube video, a couple of YouTube videos, and they talked about this manifestation technique called scripting. And it's like you write stuff down, like what you want, but you write it in like present tense, like you already have it, and then you like say it.
Because that would segue into the next part of the law of attraction. But before we go into that, I don't think people realize what they say or aware of how they speak as far as bringing things into existence. For instance, how you just said,
I'm lazy.
Or like somebody would be like, I want to be, or if, or is, that instead of just saying, I am, or, that's who I am, or I'm already become that person, or that's what I'm working towards. Instead of putting an if by it, like there's still a maybe.
Right. We've been trained to speak a certain way that's not always beneficial to our mental state. And I've been watching a lot of videos that kind of speak on, because it kind of can take some time to change how you speak so you can be speaking like positivity and all type of stuff like that into your life. And so you can kind of put that in your subconscious, and it can kind of come back to your...
See, y'all literally just segued into law of correspondence.
Law of correspondence, exactly.
Which is your inner action reflecting your outer reality.
Right.
What you think and feel, how your train of thought and your emotions coincide, and your subconscious and your subconscious. He was like getting jiggy with it, y'all. Right. He had like a half Harlem Shake.
I thought they can't bounce for a minute. Come on, bounce, pass the bounce.
Almost 40. That's how old people do. They just hit that bitch slow.
Not old people.
Your subconscious and your unconscious mind create your reality. So like, I was just talking about separating how you feel from your reality. If you're sitting there and you're like, this shit sucks, this shit sucks, this shit sucks, it's gonna suck. But if you say, it's not ideal, but I'm having a great time, or it's not ideal, but it's almost over, there's a certain way to flip the negative.
There's always another
that
side,
you're in.
right?
Yeah. Or you could sit back and be like, man, I'm broke. And I'm broke. I hear people say that all the time. But are your lights on? but can you feed yourself?
Right.
Do you have shoes on your feet? That's what makes you. Gratitude is the right attitude, and it can get you so far.
Nigga.
That's on a t-shirt.
You know what? Yeah.
Gratitude is the right attitude.
Light bulb moment merch coming soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Add some gratitude.
Gratitude is the right attitude.
That's some gratitude.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna fuck this all up.
That nigga said,
better
add some
grab
grat to
attitude,
that
okay?
too. Add some grat to
Add
that
some grat to
too.
that too.
Okay.
Oh, nigga, that's a shirt, nigga. Add
Grat
some
too.
grat to that
I know so
too.
many servers that want to put that on like their check.
I know, right? I would sell it to my coworkers. Like, y'all want a shirt that we all should wear one day. But that's some real shit though. Like, you kind of you can control your. They say your inner affects your outer.
It does.
Yeah. So how you feel about stuff really kind of comes back into how you see.
When we
things.
realize you can be saying that shit, or you just putting that energy out there by speaking on it.
Like the phrase,
this-
you can't love anybody before you love yourself. Like, and people wonder why they attract certain kind of people. If you're constantly attracting the same kind of person and you're not happy with who you're attracting, you need to step back and take a look at yourself, because clearly something about you
It's drawing them motherfuckers to you.
right on it. It's like a pie in the window. You whatever kind of pie you putting out that window, that smell is drifting people to your window, and they're not always the kind of people you want. But you got to look, and if I'm like, perfect example, I cleared out a bunch of people in my life at the beginning of the year, and I kept putting it out there like, all right, I'm down to like 6 real friends, but I don't care. I want to be around people that have the same like mind as me. Mm-hmm. So I started working on myself, because I'm not about to sit here and ask for what I'm not being. Mm-hmm. A lot of women sit up here and talk about, oh, you want the man with the baller car, and you want the this, that, and the third. But like, sweetie, what are you doing for yourself?
Right.
Because that same man, you gotta have something to bring to the table for him.
Something.
You.
But
Pussy ain't gonna keep him in.
we not investing in self, man. We'll be taking the consideration.
Telling you.
That's the best
Focus on
investment
you
you could ever
first.
make.
Telling
Fuck
you.
on you first.
You said what?
Fuck. No, she said fuck on you first.
Oh, fuck on you first. Like, for real,
No,
for real.
I said fuck with, but we can fuck
Yeah,
on
that's
too.
what I was...
Self-love is the best love.
That's what I heard. That's old people shit. That's certainly what we do.
They being
You
fresh.
just be hearing
I'm
shit.
saying.
You say what you hear.
Light bulb moments frisky.
Okay.
Light bulb
For real,
moment
for
after
real.
dark. Check us on Twitter. We're not on Twitter, guys. I'm sorry.
I say.
Right.
Yeah.
About that.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
But we are on Spotify.
Right.
Woo woo!
And we on the tube, too.
And we on the tube.
And we on the gram.
We do it for the gram.
For sure.
And we on Facebook. Is there a nickname for Facebook?
F-book.
Word. The book.
The book.
The book. Yeah. I do call it the book sometimes.
Yeah. I've heard it called the book sometimes, too.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was kind of on F book.
Yeah. F book. That sounds like a dating app.
Mm-hmm. What's y'all light bulb moments?
That there are erasable. Was that vision board? Vision board.
You would love it too. Ooh, you would love. You eat it all up.
Bitches drink wine.
It's a good time. It's always a good time.
I bet it is.
Well, I've been to one when it was kind of. That's usually a good time. Well, I still had a good time. But it's a good time. Mm-hmm.
What'd you do with your vision board?
It's in my room. And sometimes I just do them just to do them.
Me
I
too.
just be writing stuff down.
That's what I say. I got a whole box of clippings.
Mm-hmm.
I got a folder of words.
We should do a vision board party. I think sooner
down.
than.
I was waiting until we got off the air to start discussing this
Me
stuff.
too.
You wanted to discuss this shit over the air and put these ideas out.
So-
you dig? I had already started. It was like, oh, okay, another event that we could. Yep, got you.
My light bulb moment is. I already knew this, but sometimes you need to go through it to, I don't know, just kind of remind yourself, I guess. I need to stop saying certain things about myself, putting that energy out.
Yep.
Yeah.
You gotta be aware It always goes back to awareness, man, which
Yeah.
goes back to meditation, man.
And it's almost like a lot of times I be aware, but it's like almost like when you make something and I know this is the wrong order, but we still gonna send it out anyway just to see if they catch it. And if they like it, fuck it, let them keep it. But we'll fix it if they don't like it. It was kind of like that in my head when the words were coming out. So does that make sense? A little bit? No.
I guess my other real life moment is that I didn't know it was a 90% increase with writing something down.
Right.
That was actually
that was really good, Deshaun.
Oh,
thank you for pulling that up.
No problem.
Because
that
you know
was great.
motherfuckers respect facts.
It's almost like
I
you're
do.
doing affirmations, kind of. I guess when you're writing it down, then you're seeing it, and then your brain is kind of reading it. Then when you hear it, it's like
You make that shit
Right, you
happen
making
by
it happen.
taking action.
So your subconscious and your conscious like, okay, he's serious. He really want to do this. But thank y'all so much for listening.
Oh, well, Alexa, what's your life moment?
Oh, girl, I'm sorry.
No, honestly, that was it. I didn't know that. I didn't know how it all correlates with your memory percentage wise. That was super dope. And also the conversation of the levels of intellect. Honestly, that conversation came from a 5-year-old.
Your son is my light bulb moment. Yeah,
This niggas.
like for real.
Yeah.
Niggas.
That conversation came because long story short, my son said that he wanted to be a genius and he wanted to be intelligent. And I asked him what the difference was, and he basically correlated intellect with being connected with other things in the world and knowing, a little bit of everything as far as, things like the wind blowing or connecting with a person's emotion. He was saying how he feels towards that world as opposed to being book smart or being a genius, mastering something like science or math or art. So that's where that conversation came from a 5-year-old. Because he and I have very intellectual discussions, so I wanted to bring that to the table today.
The youth will lead us.
The youth, baby, the youth.
Thank y'all so much for listening.
Thank you. Click subscribe, follow.
Subscribe,
Sure.
follow, share, comment. You feel some type of way, any type of way.
Talk
you
to
can
me,
comment,
baby.
Right.
Trinity out.
Queef.
Bye, y'all. Bye.